Hey y'all, welcome to a little chit and a little chat. I'm Patrice, and this is Patrice L. If this is your first time here, I also have a crafting YouTube channel where I do a lot of different crafts, um, just whatever I want to craft at that time. I also like to do some things that might be a little bit trendy, things that are trendy going on. So definitely check that out. That channel is Craftable Things, but welcome. I just popped on here today because I have been under the weather. I still don't feel 100%, but I don't feel the way that I was feeling before. And I just want to come on and talk about a few things, especially like if you have a small business, you don't really there's no days off. And so if you're sick, you still gotta work. You still need to do what you need to do. So that's what we're doing today. I need to test out well, I already did this template, but I need to test it out a little bit because I'm kind of switching up the colors around a little bit from what I originally chose. So I want to see what it's going to look like. And Terrell was thinking of putting it on a purple shirt because next month is National Craft Month. And so we're going to do it on it's National Craft Month and National Women's History Month. And so we're going to go with purple, but the stones that I'm using, some of the stones are purple. So I just kind of want to see how it's going to look with the other colors. So that's what we're here today to test this out. And since I had to come in here and do this, I hopped on live and we're going to discuss a few things. So we're going to discuss having a small business. And if you're sick, what do you guys usually do? Do you have a backup plan? Do you have somebody who works with you no matter what type of business you have? It can be any type of business. I love my pins, Jess, if you come by. But that's what we're going to be talking about. So small business, what do you do for when you have emergencies that come up and you can't operate your small business? Do you have a backup plan? How important is a backup plan? Should you consider planning now to have a backup plan, especially when you're down and you can't work because your customers rely on you? So we'll talk about that today. And we're also going to talk about YouTubing. And there's a lot of crafters who are now starting YouTube channels. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and just like what your process is, what's proper etiquette. And I'll kind of chime in a little bit on like my personal experience as far as being a YouTube crafter. And then we'll talk about book club because the book that we were reading is The Widow's Husband's Secret Lie. I thought it was Secret Life, but the book title says A Widow's Husband's Secret Lie. So we're going to at least plan a day for us to talk about that. But hey, y'all, I gotta hurry up because Angel's coming on, and I do want to get back to coming on either Sundays or Mondays over here on live for a little bit. I did name this segment. I finally have a name for this segment. If you guys know, I love to name like the days that I come on. So over on the other channel, Tuesdays is Craft Tea Talk Tuesday, and we've been doing that for about 3 years. And then we have Crafts and Combos, that's on Fridays, and that's on Fridays. And it's over on Craftable Things. Yeah, both of those. So this I want to name it a little chit, a little chat. I think I'm gonna do a little chit and a little chat. I didn't see anybody who has that title. I do search just to see, but I need to just make sure that I don't see anybody who has that particular title for anything that they're doing, like as far as any lives that they're doing. I just want to double check that. But for now, today, that's what I think it's going to be called. And please hit the thumbs up if you are here. Let's see who's here. Hey, friends. Happy Monday, girl. Happy Monday. Hey, Fab. Hey, Miss Merlinda. Fab, I'm trying, but girl, like I can't. I didn't go to work today, so I didn't go to work today. I did go to the doctor and I did some blood work just to make sure, just to see if like anything else is going on with me. Because I kind of know my body a little bit and I could kind of feel like a little bit off where I'm just not like. So I did do that, and yeah, but I still have to do. That's why I wanted to get on and talk to y'all about this, because when you have a small business, no matter what it is, and if you are generally present in your small business, like when you can't operate, that does a little bit of damage to your business. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that and see how you guys go about having like backup plans and things like that for when you can't work, because things happen. Life happens. Life doesn't care, about what you want. So you do have to prepare and plan for that. But hey, Fab. Hey, Terry. Hey, Miss Mary Brown. Hey, Deborah Browning. Hey, Nani's Journey. Hey, these KC Crafts. Y'all got my hat on because y'all, it looks, my hair, oh, being in the bed for 4 days is, it does a number on you. It does a number. Hey, Dempsey Boo. Hey, Miss Martha Jordan. Hey, Alice B. Hey, y'all, welcome in. Hey, Porgy. Did I say hey to you, Porgy, already? But hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Gail. Hey, Stacy and Kelly Wyant. Hey, Sean. Hey, JB. Welcome in. Hey, Mayotis. Is that how you say your name? Mayotis. Welcome. But hey, everyone. So what are you guys working on? So I'm just going to brush this in. This template is in the bling box for March. And so generally, like I would have started working on the bling boxes last week and the weekend. And because I was sick, I could not do anything. And most of you guys, some of y'all know that I generally like to do everything myself. I'm not a good person to get help. I do have somebody that does help me, and one person. But when I'm down, like that still doesn't doesn't help because I still need to know what's going on. So that's where we are. Let me turn this heat press back on because I just heard it. I heard it pop. I just heard it pop again. So we're gonna. But I am feeling a little better. I am feeling a little bit better, guys. So don't worry. Not 100%, but I didn't go to work today. I do think that I am gonna go to work. Um, I think that I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll let y'all know tomorrow during Crafty Talk. If there's a Crafty Talk, it depends on how I feel still, but we'll see. But what are you guys doing? Hey, Nye. Y'all, so Nye is, listen, so this weekend I got a chance, or while I was out sick, Nye was crocheting, and Nye was using like a super duper tiny crochet hook. All right. So some of y'all may know I'm just now getting into crocheting, and I absolutely love crocheting. Now look what I made. I don't really know what I'm doing. I made that. I have some other stuff like I have in my bed that I've been crocheting while I was in the bed. So these are just coasters, but now I was using like the super small hook. I gotta fix that. I never sewed that together. But she was using the 1 millimeter, I think, and a 1.5 millimeter crochet hook, and y'all, she was crocheting a strawberry. She was crocheting, oh my goodness. She was crocheting a strawberry, and it was so tiny and so cute. It was so cute. So I was very, very impressed, and I can't wait to see. Hopefully she's gonna put some more tutorial videos up about crocheting and things like that, because she did it very effortlessly. It was very, very nice. So, but yeah, I decided to go into my crochet journey. Nobody like I don't okay, so let me see who I saw crochet. So first of all, I didn't really get a real interest in crocheting. Honestly, I never wanted to knit. I never wanted to crochet like that. Like it just like I like embroidery, I like sewing and things like that. But I have to let y'all know that my interest for, because I think this is like a thing on YouTube now. Like anytime you have an interest in something, you got to say where you got your interest from, but it could be from multiple places, or it could be something that you've always wanted to do and now you're finally doing it, right? But this is not something that I wanted to do before. Was Morgan, Delonda's daughter, Morgan. So when she started crocheting and making different things, like that's when I got like interested in seeing like all the stuff that she was making. It was so cute. And I really, really liked the products. And so that like piqued my interest. And I think she did a video. And the very first video that she did on her mom's channel, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this stuff and I'm gonna make what she made. Well, I got the stuff, but I never made what she made. Because at that point, like I just could not understand all of that SCSO, like all those acronyms. I couldn't do it. So then Deb's Designs started knitting, and I was like, okay, And I had that yarn from punch needling. Y'all know I had all that yarn too from punch needling. And so Dem started doing knitting, and then Dem started like doing a little bit of crochet, and I was like, let me see. Hold on. This is Delonda checking on me to see how I'm feeling. So, all right, y'all. So Dem started crocheting, and so she would send me pictures of her working and different things that she was doing. I'd be on the phone with her, and she'd be crocheting, and so that's what made me interested in crocheting, and I absolutely love it. It's so relaxing. I totally, totally, totally enjoy doing it. While I've been stuck in the bed, I've been crocheting quite a few things. So yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's just so like, I'm so happy that so many people in the crafting community that you guys crochet, because I've gotten so much help from so many of you guys as far as like different techniques, different tricks, and things like that. So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. But check out Nairo. Nairo does crochet too. But she does like serious crochet, because anybody who uses those small hooks, whew, I'm not ready for that. I've been making like that heart. I've got this heart kit from Amazon, and I've been making this heart kit from Amazon. And you got to use the 3mm hook. I'm like, oh no, I need the 6mm hook. And I don't like the thread that they have, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think I've already decided not to use this. I think I decided not to use this color. It's something about, I don't know. We're gonna see. I think I might have decided. I think I don't, because somebody's gonna hold me to it. Well, didn't you say in that live on February 25th that you didn't want to use that color? So I'm not even gonna say that. Yes, it was definitely the terminology option. Now, please keep us updated. There's a lot of us in here. Like, I didn't even realize that so many people crochet. So there's a lot of us who crochet, and I just think it would be so cool. So please let us know. This is not good. Yeah, I may have to do. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, but let me know what you guys are doing. I gotta hurry up because I don't want to go into when Angel comes on. And I think Angel, I didn't see her thumbnail yet. She usually comes on like 7:30ish. Usually 7:30 around that time. So I kind of want to be done by then. But yeah, so working while you have a small business, like what do you do? Is Barb here? Like Barb, what do you do if you're not feeling well? Because especially if you have if that clock out, so that if you do get sick or there's an emergency, do you have, a backup plan? Let me know. Because being a content creator, videos, like I was able to do that other video because I had already had it, the one for this channel, I had already had footage. And so since I was in the bed and I had nothing but time to edit, I edited a few videos because they were already in the queue. Now, of course, I can't record anything. I couldn't record anything. I could have. I would have just been looking super busted in the video. And I kind of don't really want to put that, I don't want to go on camera being sick like that. So that's the other thing. And then as far as like just my bling boxes, because everything is kind of time sensitive with that started stressing me out, to me feeling like I have to get up. I had to start cutting those templates out. I think this month there's like 114 boxes that we have to send out. So those have to have like the template. And this is something that I generally do. And Terrell, he does the stones. So that's another, thing that was stressing me out, as far as, okay, well, you gotta get up. Like you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Not that I don't care about the school, but they'll be fine. And shout out to Miss Griffin. I know she took care of my kids for me while I was out. So that's fine. But it's better that I don't go to school sick, spreading all these germs. It's best that I stay home. But I'm fine now. Real fine. Hey, Dr. Monique Johnson. Get sucked into circular knitting machines. Can't knit with needles, so not yet. Oh, Dems has been knitting with needles. I don't know how she does it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can you guys not hear me? Hold on a second. Let me see. Mary Bear is calling me. Hold on. There we go. I have to talk to Mary Bear. Yeah, chain stitch and so forth. Oh, it's a lot. Okay, let's see what you say. I know it's so late. My whole day going to the doctor and doing all that blood work, y'all. It took so many hours out of my day. Like I was just not happy about it. Oh, hey, Delonda Patrice. Marilyn, that's fine, girl. It's all good. No worries. It's all good. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel, especially when you work for yourself. Like you don't get any days off. Like you gotta make it work. You gotta make it happen. And I strongly believe, like, if I'm gonna spend 8 hours at the school working for somebody else, I am not going to neglect my own business. Like that's not okay. So it's like you gotta do what you gotta do, girl. Get your life together. I do plan on going to work. He called me and told me my kids were looking for me. They'll be fine. I'm like, they'll survive. They'll be just fine. because I probably just needed a break from them. And I always think that, like, when I do get sick enough for me not to be able to do something, that's just God telling me to go or go sit down somewhere. Sit down and rest your nerves. And that's how I look at it. It's just God making sure that I do what I need to do. That's it. So these are so I need to see these other stones. I'm gonna brush. I'm gonna leave these like this. Let's see how these might be fine. We'll see. And so I am cutting templates in the other room with the StarCraft Solo. I didn't use and I'm not gonna use the Romeo this time because but I don't know what's going on with it, but I can't. I don't really have flock to waste on testing it out. I tested out one thing and it still printed out wrong, and then a lot of the holes weren't cutting out, so I can't. I'll turn y'all on this phone so I can see. Hold on, let me see. What was I gonna say? Sorry, y'all. I'm just doing this over here. What channel is this? Patrice. Oh, there it is. Jess, I was showing my pen earlier, girl. I love my pen. I love all of them, actually. Hey, Miss Linda Gray. So that's all I'm doing, y'all. So we're talking a little bit about small business. So those are our topics today. So we're talking about small business. I've been sick. That took away a lot of I'm behind. Now I got to get caught up. So what do you guys do, like when you go out of town, things like that? Because a lot of you guys have your own small businesses. So what do you like? How do you prepare? Do you have like a backup plan? Do you have somebody who works for you? Doing content creation is kind of a little bit harder because it's generally, you are the content creator. So you're the one putting out the content. Unless you work with a team, then they could do it. But if you don't have any footage that can be edited, you kind of, need that. So how do you guys make that work for you? And for those of you who are, just starting out with your businesses, how are you going to, incorporate a backup plan for if something happens? Because we can't stop life from happening. Life is going to happen, and there's nothing we can do about it. All you can do is pray that you're in God's will and everything goes accordingly. That's the only thing, or at least that's the only thing I could do. I don't know what you're going to do. That's the only thing that I could do. So I always look at everything happens for a reason. So me being down for the count for a few days, that was for a reason. I feel like I was a little bit overextended at work too, and I was just not really taking out enough time for what I needed to do. And I think that this was a reset for me. So that's how I look at it, not negatively. Hey, Mrs. Parker. Hey, Angel Boo. Girl, I was fine enough to do that. Hey, Rosetta. Hey, Miss Marissa. Can you reload some of your old educational videos as something good you may have missed? Represented so many good things, and new people sign on all the time. I see, Randall. That's a good idea. I can reshare like old content that I have. That's a good idea. I could do that, and then, or maybe share it, or maybe edit it, or maybe add some things into it. And thank you for that, SC Randall, because what I feel like too in that case, in this situation, and this kind of goes into our next YouTube channel, starting a new Crafty YouTube channel thing. Like, I feel like sometimes people do things and because you do it, you feel like you own it. And it's like, we don't own any of this stuff. Next month for National Craft Month, I already have like a scripted thing that I want to do, like a who crafted it, right? So like, who invented embroidery? Like, where did that even come from? Who did the first embroidery machine? So I don't know if I want to talk about that on craftable things like in a live, or if we do like, if I do like maybe some small shorts or something like that, because a lot of times we see things, y'all, nothing that we're doing is, and I've said this 1,000 times, nothing that we're doing hasn't already been done. So it's like, just because you do it, that doesn't give you the right to it. Like, yeah, you may do it, but other people can do it too. Like, I come on YouTube to do those tutorials and to show people, because that is what I genuinely want to do. Like, I want to show people how to do it. So if I don't want somebody else to do what I do, then I shouldn't be on here doing it. I mean, that's the purpose. And if you're starting a YouTube channel, like a crafty YouTube channel, I would just say, like, go with what makes you feel good, what you like to do. Learn your audience, learn what they like, stay on top of the trends. A lot of things that we're doing is trendy. So I might do it, but I have to be naive and a little bit off to not know that there's a lot of other people doing it too, especially those trendy things, like how I made the card, the cutout card. You know how many people are doing that? I don't even know who started it, like where it came from. But to be quite honest, when you look at some of the other things from years ago, people have been doing that. Like, it wasn't something new. It's something that somebody might have seen and ran with it, and they did it, and then now it's more popular, but the person who might have created it, and unfortunately that's how a lot of things go. Like, the person who like kind of did it first, sometimes they don't get the recognition because somebody else did it, and the way that they did it, it kind of blew up, and so now people think that that person should be the person who gets the credit for it, and they're not. Like, it's just, and people really harp on stuff like that. And it's like, it causes a lot of division in the crafting world because everybody's literally doing the same thing. And it kind of makes me sad that like stuff like that causes division. Like, it's a difference of saying like, okay, well, you're copying me because you're doing HTV. Well, honey, it's only one way to do HTV. Like, you literally have to take it out, make sure you mirror it, make sure you put it on the right side. It's one way to do HTV, like one way. Like, you can't do it. And nobody who's starting YouTube channels is saying, oh, well, I was inspired to start a YouTube channel by this person or that person. No, and I do need to say this because I do feel like, as far as creating content on like crafting, when I first started crafting, on YouTube at least. Like, I was doing, I crafted before. Like, I've always been a crafter. But to be quite honest, at that time during COVID, and if we all look back, like those of us who started maybe around then, I feel like there's two people, at least for me, that should get a lot more credit and recognition as far as people wanting to come on and craft on YouTube or be a crafting content creator, right? But we're not really giving, like, I don't see a lot of people saying, oh, well, I was inspired to start my YouTube channel by this person or that person. Some people do. But when I first started, it was Charmaine Galloway, and she don't get enough credit anymore. Like, how? Because Charmaine was doing everything. Charmaine was doing Cricut. She was doing the water slide. She was doing sublimation. She started doing embroidery. Like, Charmaine was really doing all the things back then. So when you see somebody else now doing all the things, like, that's cool. Like, everybody, like, people do all, and also Jennifer Maker. Jennifer Maker she's Queen Cricut. Okay. And if you got a Cricut around the pandemic time and you typed in the word Cricut, her video was going to be the first video you saw. Her video was going to be the first video you saw. So when I hear, like, because somebody said something to me about, oh, well, I want to start this channel and I want to do this, but, I need to give you credit for it. You need to give me credit for doing something on embroidery. You don't. You don't. You don't owe me no credit for doing something for embroidery. That's like no. Now, what you would owe somebody credit for, like I got on my trust in God hat. If you want to do a design that says trust in God, then you do a trust in God design, right? This design was created by Delonda. Before Delonda, I never saw God with the word trust knocked out of it. Now you might have, and if you have, let me know. But I did not see this. So now if I see something like that now, where somebody has God and then the word trust knocked out of it, then I'm gonna say you copied my homegirl. Or if I see a shirt that has self era or self anything with self or anything like this in it and a heart knocked out of it, I'm gonna say you copied me. Now, if you have your own words that's very different from what I have going on, then maybe you were inspired by my shirt. Maybe if you had something else, if you had just trust in God, because Delonda don't own the words trust in God, because baby, it's songs trust in God. But this particular concept, I haven't seen nobody else do it. But you can have a design that says trust in God, right? But not like this. So that's the difference. So when you start your YouTube channel, you do not need my permission to post any type of content because I don't own it. I didn't create it. That's like me seeing somebody go bling on their channel. And I'm like, oh, she ain't give me credit for blinging. And I know she watched my videos. She didn't. That is so crazy. And it's so crazy for me to feel some type of way about that. So when you start your channel, do what you're going to do. Don't worry about anybody else's channel. Don't look at what nobody else. You can look at somebody else. Like I told you guys before, like when I look at content, like when I'm coming, I love to go support anybody who's supporting me. Anybody that I know that supports me, I'm gonna come in your lives. I'm gonna say hi. I might not be able to stay in there the whole time, or I might be there the whole time, but I'm gonna be working because I can't be in your live watching you and not working on my own stuff. But I could be in your live, I could be working. If I'm not working, I'll be commenting, right? But if you support me and I know that you support me, I'm going to be in your lives any chance that I get. Now, will it be every time? It probably won't be every time, but any chance that I get, I'll be there. And if I'm not there, trust me, Dims, she gonna make me be there because she's going to send me the link to tell me, hey, such and such is live. She is. So, but I'm not coming there. I'm not coming there really. Not that I'm not, and I don't want to sound like I'm not coming there to see what you're doing. I'm coming there 100% to support you. Like 100%. Not to see what you're doing, because half the time, like honestly, like I'm not coming to learn, and I'm not going to be like, I'm coming just to support you. That's it. So just go make sure of it. So do what you're going to do. Don't worry about anybody else. That's how your channel is going to grow. Like, don't worry about what somebody else is doing. If it's something that you see that you like to do it. Do it. Nobody is out here collecting royalties on this stuff. Y'all remember that lady who said about the embroidery emboss? Like, she literally tried to scare the whole crafting community. I had so many people in my email sending me a thing telling me, oh, you better take your video down. I'm like, I'm not taking, like, if everybody is going left, I'm gonna go right. Like, I need more details. I need more documentation. And you don't send me a cease and desist letter. Let it come from your lawyer. Let me know that you for real about it. I don't send me a letter. Make sure your attorney sends me the letter so I know you're real. I need to know it's real. So Latricia, listen, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this so that people can understand. People have very similar ideas. At the same time, Marilyn, I will never forget this. And the only reason why I deleted it was because Marilyn is my homegirl. But everybody doesn't get that. But Marilyn's my homegirl. Marilyn I was working on a design, and this is what people think like, oh, well, I did it. If I showed you guys the list of video ideas that I have, like it's stuff, and then people do it, and then if you do it after them, now they think you copying them. We too high on ourselves, like literally too is. Marilyn did a love bug design. I had been working on a love bug design for like 2 weeks, but I was going back and forth, playing around with it, doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there. That's what I was doing. I was doing a little bit. Marilyn goes on live and she sends me her love bug template. Now I didn't know what she was working on. Marilyn was always working on templates back then. Now I don't know what she be doing. She don't work on templates no more. I don't even think she liked to make templates. She just liked to bling. Patricia, I immediately deleted, and I have been working on it. I changed some things around. I immediately deleted the template that I was working on. And that was because she's my friend. If it was somebody else, that love bug template was going to go out. So, and it's not that, oh, well, now she's coming out with a love bug template after me. No. Like you said, people have similar ideas, especially when things are seasonal. Love bug is a very common term, right? It's an endearing term that you may want to make, your child might be your love bug, right? So when you are creating your YouTube channels, you don't owe anybody, even me. I see people that I've taught how to do bling go and start trying to teach bling too. I mean, say trying. Go and teach bling too. Like teach what I've taught them how to do. Should I be upset about that? I'm not. Because if I didn't want somebody to do it, then I shouldn't be showing people how to do it. Like that's just how I feel. Like I am here to show y'all the things that I learned. Maybe to make it a little bit more understandable. My way of teaching is different from Marilyn's way of teaching. It's different from Delonda's way of teaching. It's different. So some people may understand Delonda, how she teaches things, and some people may not understand how she teaches things. Some people might understand how I teach it. Others may not understand how I teach it, and they may need to go to Marilyn to learn it, or they may need to go to Delonda and learn it. That's why we're all here. That's at least in my opinion, that is why we're all here, because everybody learns differently. Some people may not like the way that I talk. I have students that will tell me, Miss Wilson, your voice is annoying. They can't be the only ones that think that. They can't. So I have to be naive to think that, okay, well, I'm the only one that could show this. I'm the only one that could teach people how to do bling. I'm not. And one day, if I ever decide that I don't want to do this anymore, guess what? Everything that I have put out there is still there so that others can pass it on. And that's really like what I want. And so that goes for anybody else out there who's looking to start a YouTube channel. Are there tons of crafters now? At one time, there weren't tons of crafters like this. But are there tons of crafters now showcasing their skills, showcasing all the amazing things that they can do? Yes. Is there room for you? Absolutely. There's absolutely room for you. So don't be discouraged. Don't think that, okay, well, I learned this from her. I can't teach, I can't show, I can't do. You can. We don't own any of this stuff. We don't own any of it. There's 1,000 people doing the same thing that we're doing, probably more than that. Y'all go on TikTok. Y'all see all those people on TikTok? I don't even go on TikTok. And every time I go on there, I'm like overwhelmed by just all the content on there. And it's good content though, but it's a lot. There's a lot of people doing this stuff. I have to be naive to think I'm the only one showing people how to bling. I'm not. Marilyn, you're not either. Delonda, you're not. You're not either. And Evie is not. Angel, you're not either. I'm sorry to tell you that too, girl. Sorry to tell you that. Let me make sure this heat press goes back on because we need to blink this out. I know I should have came on here and talked to y'all. I could have been finished with this butterfly. I could have been finished. I need to. My template's still cutting, so I was able to do like a gang sheet of templates on there. Hold on, let me see what I missed. Who sent me a James? Yes, it was so good to see you the other day in my comments. I miss seeing you. I hope all is well. I hope business is going wonderful. Like, and that's the thing, like, we've learned so many. It's like SDM Randall said, like, I have so much content from before that I don't, because I do mostly blink. And I was just telling this to Delonda, like, I have so many things that I do off camera that nobody even knows that I have going on or that I do because I don't show it on live, right? Or on videos. So I think for the month of March, which is National Craft Month, I think I'm going to kind of focus on some of the things that I don't really touch on much over on Craftable Things. I think that's a good idea. Like, I think that would be good because sometimes I stick to what I know, I stick to what I think everybody likes, and that's kind of what we do. But thanks, James. I'm Miss Linda Gray. Am I late? I'm always late. Posted before I did. Miss Linda Gray. And see, that's what I don't want anybody to not do something because of that. Like, that's not, no, don't even think about it. Post what you're going to post, and that's what it's going to be. Everybody does things their own way. You don't let that stop you because now it's something that you want to do. It's like, okay, now I'm going to let somebody stop me from doing something that I want to do. Don't give anybody that power. Don't give anybody that power. Continue what you were going to do. Imagine had Delonda said, child, Jennifer Maker got all the Cricut videos. She literally has all the Cricut videos. She does everything with Cricut. So yeah, I'm not gonna start cricketing with Delonda. Imagine. No. Because you have the way that you're going to present it is going to be different. Some people just gonna like you because your smile, your beautiful smile, your voice. They're just gonna like you because of that. That's why they're gonna like you. I'm just gonna let you know that's why they're gonna like you because that's why I love you. It's because of your voice and your smile. Like, that's just it. But don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Imagine. No, don't let that stop you. Like, and it's not fair to you And people think that it's okay to make people feel like that, and it's not good. I do not own YouTube, and no, you still need to do your content. Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Hey, Josie Boo. Sean. Yes, yes, yes. Just a whole hot mess. But no, y'all, Patricia, I know you're not talking about you not posting content because somebody else did it. Listen, I don't know what it was, and I'm glad I saw Josie. It was something that me and Josie was talking about doing it, and when Josie looked it up, somebody had did it like 10 years ago. Somebody did it 10 years ago. And before that, who knows? Y'all, embroidery, do you guys know that embroidery dates back to like 30,000 years BC, where they found mummies falsified with embroidered garments on? Of course, they weren't using any electricity, but they had the concept of embroidery. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing. Imagine that. What machine was before Cricut? I don't know, Silhouette. What cutter was Cricut the first cutter? Cricut could not. There were other cutters before Cricut, probably more like industrial type of cutters. But imagine, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's go with Caesar. So imagine Caesar, Cricut's already in business. They have their cutters and everything. Imagine Caesar saying, "Oh, you know what? We're not gonna do a cutter like this because Cricut. Now, if it's patented, then you gotta pump your brakes." But imagine Caesar saying, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna do that because Cricut is already has a cutter." Imagine. It gives people options. And like I tell y'all a lot of times, a lot of this stuff come from the same place. They just put a different logo on it. Look at purses. Purses or pocketbooks. Purses are not like anybody can make a purse. Chanel, Givenchy, Louis Vuitton, like they can all make purses, right? But what's different on it is just the logos. Now, some of them, the shapes and things like that, but for the most part, a purse is a purse is a purse, right? But what's different on it? Their logos, right? So that's what makes it theirs. So guess what? We all can do embroidery, but what's going to make it different? The person who's doing it. That's our brand. So if you have a channel, like that's your brand. Change it up. Do embroidery in your pajamas. No, don't do it in your pajamas, but make it different. So that guess what? Now you're going to stand out. When you do embroidery, you're going to stand out because you're not going to look like everybody else, right? You might be a disheveled mess, but guess what? You're going to stand out because a lot of people are disheveled when they're doing embroidery too. That might be your crowd. But don't get discouraged. Don't let this whole thing, because I think people are making it bigger than what it needs to be. I am all for everybody. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. If this is what you want to do, if you want to start a crafting YouTube channel, you can do it. And don't be bullied by anybody or guilt tripped by anybody by saying like, oh, you can't do this because I did it. Oh, you can't do this because I did it first. Well, girl, you didn't do it first. In fact, that same week, multiple people did it because it was trending at that time. So you can't, no, don't let anybody stop you from doing what you want to do. Nobody. I will not. I could not believe somebody, oh, well, I want to do this and I know that you did it. But like, why are you talking to me about this? No. You know when you copying somebody. Having similar ideas of making something. It's Mother's Day. or if Mother's Day is coming up. And what's trendy for Mother's Day? Y'all know the mama shirts is very trendy. The embroidered mama shirts, the DTF mama shirts, sublimation mama shirts, all the mama shirts, right? Oh, then you got to put the names on the sleeves. You got to do all the mama on the collar. Like that's trendy, right? That's something. Mother's Day is coming up. Am I gonna think that nobody should do it because I do it? That nobody's gonna do that? No, no. That's what you're supposed to do. If you're a content creator, and that's enough for anybody starting out. If you are a content creator, you have to stay on top of those trends because that's what people are coming to look for. When people go on live, they're looking, especially remember, there's a lot of newbies coming into crafting and different types of crafting. So what are they going to be looking for? They're looking for, if they see something that looks good, it looks good. Case in point, the other night, that little cute bunny rabbit. That bunny rabbit was so cute. We were on live together. We found it in Creative Fabrica. Am I going to say, oh, y'all copied me because y'all picked the same bunny rabbit that I picked? I showed you that bunny rabbit. Oh, that's so crazy. Oh, that's so crazy. No, no, no. It's Easter. Easter's coming up. Bunny rabbits are very popular around Easter time. Like it's getting really, really weird. It's getting really, 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 really weird. See? Exactly, Miss Linda Gray. And that's the thing. You've been so honestly, you're coming to YouTube to help us out, to share your expertise. Because you've been doing it for a long time. And honestly, Miss Linda Gray, you've probably been doing it for longer than a lot of us out here. A lot longer. Because I know you've been heavy into the craft and making things. So you probably have tips and tricks that may not have ever been shared before, at least not on YouTube. So no, you cannot. No, 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 no. And I do feel like that it's no, do not diminish your light. If your light is supposed to be over here on YouTube, bring it on over and turn it on bright. Y'all know I gotta catch up. Delonda, be original. Be original. Okay? Stop. No. I cannot. Hey, Nicole Reese. I mean, like literally, like so many things that we have learned and seen, like especially like things that are trending. I told you guys when I learned embroidery, when I first got into embroidery, before I even got my machine, I was looking at YouTube. That's how I can tell you, like, that's why throughout Charmaine, Charmaine does not get enough credit. Honestly, she really does not. Because she was literally, when I went back and looked at some of her, I'm like, this girl was doing like all the things. Like literally doing all the things. So it's so much information out there. And when you have something to, and it's a lot of times, honestly, you guys will say, hey, Patrice, can you show me how to do this? Or can you show this on a live? Or can you show us how to do this? And so I'm like, okay, I can show you. It's not that that's my first time doing it. Like a lot of stuff, like Miss Linda Gray, I've been crafting for years too. I'm new to this. I'm true to this. And I'm about to make me a shirt that says that because sometimes I think people don't understand. I am not new to this. So a lot of things that I do, like I do because I like to do it. I don't necessarily have to bring it in the front of y'all all the time. Like I try to stay doing things that I know that we all like to do. But it's literally like You just got to be inspired. Like the weirdest thing I heard is like we're using the same colors. Like Delonda, I want to take red back. I like red, and I just don't think it's fair. Luckily, I have good friends that I could bother all the time. With an intent to be themselves. Exactly, Delonda Patrice. But imagine you saying, and I've never heard, in all fairness to both Charmaine and I am like Charmaine and I talk, like I have we talk to each other. I have her number and everything. But in all fairness to Charmaine and Jennifer, like I've never heard them say, oh, they got that from me, or oh, they just doing that because I did it. They're starting a YouTube channel because of me. I never hear any like, no, no. I've never heard either one of them say anything like that. So it's no. Your audience will find you. Absolutely. Miss Sharon Davenport, did I see you earlier? Look at that. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what Pazzle is, Miss Linda Gray. I have no idea what Pazzle is. No idea. My first cutter was a Cricut cutter. I have no idea what Pazzle is. None. Now you're gonna make me go look that up. So next month when I'm doing my Who Crafted It, I just Marilyn and Delonda. Y'all want to do an Angel? Y'all want to do an episode of Who Crafted It? And maybe we can kind of highlight some crafts and like the origin of the craft or of the machine. Let me know if y'all are interested. We could do something, I think, because it's National Craft Month and it's National Women's Month. I kind of want to focus on some women, but I know, some of the men do create a lot of stuff too. I know. But maybe we could kind of do something like that. Mary, are you down? Marilyn said she had a Xyron Wishblade years ago in the late 1990s. Hey, Tuck and Rosalind. Hey, everybody coming in. Mayoda said she thinks brother. Yes. Yes. You can't. So you cannot copy a style or a technique. No, only specific designs. Like that's it. That's it. Yep. And there's only one way to really say to press HTV or to cut it. Like the instructions are literally on the packaging. Like half the time when I'm telling somebody something, and let's say I'm opening up a new, I'm literally looking at the instructions, going over the instructions, like how I did the printer, the DTF printer. I literally looked at the instructions and set it up. So because I looked at the instructions of what the company said to do, that's how I told it. Like that was the order of how I said to do things. So somebody else who gets this same printer and they want to do a video on it too, first of all, that's their prerogative. Just because I did a video on unboxing this DTF printer doesn't mean that somebody else can't do a video unboxing this same printer. Because guess what? I might have forgot to show y'all something in my video. I might have been talking too fast. You might not have been able to understand me or what I was actually saying. I might have been talking gibberish. So it's like, no. I think everybody has their person, their market. People are going to gravitate to who they feel more comfortable with, who they can learn with. And it's no shade to anybody else. It's just that's how it goes. In my school, I have my kids. I don't have any kids that don't like me. But you may have teachers, they may love this teacher, may not like this teacher because it's different methods of how teaching is done. or maybe this teacher, I'm not going to smile with you. So now they don't want to go to that teacher. They want to go to the teacher who may be a little bit more, friendly, a little that's how things go. Yes. Hey, Miss Linda Tolbert. Exactly, Jess. Exactly. 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 Exactly, Miss Evelyn Warner. And you know what? And that's the thing. So all three, Debs, Marilyn, and I made these bunnies. My cute little buddy. We made these bunnies. All of our bunnies turned out different, right? But we literally used the same pattern, but they all turned out different. You know why? Because we're different. We're different. So it's like that's the same thing with your channels. Okay, we're gonna press the HTV, we're gonna do a shirt, we're gonna use HTV. But it may look different. It's like Angel said, the technique and the style, that's already set. The design might be a little bit different, right? So that's what you work on. But as far as just keep going. Anybody who feels like you can't do it because you feel like, oh, I don't want anybody to think I'm copying them. You can't copy the style and the technique. You can't. And if somebody don't want you to do what they're doing, then they shouldn't do it to let you see it. But somebody else has already done it. So it don't matter because you'll eventually see it if you haven't already. So do not be discouraged. Like Zalanda said, your people will find you. They will. They will find you. And they will understand you. And I say that because that is definitely my experience. They will find you. So don't be discouraged. Keep going. I should have been finished with this butterfly, but here I am yapping away. I always say I'm not going to come on here and do this and like try to do some work, but here I am. I just need to test these colors out. I got to hurry up. Angel, what time is your live going to be? Is it going to be in 10 minutes? Are you going on live? Let me know. Let me know. Let me scroll down. There are over 8 billion people on Earth. Your reaching audience is limited. Yes, 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 yes. I always tell people, like, so you have some people who are like, I don't want to start this. I don't want to start selling shirts because somebody else in my area already sells shirts, and I'm like, girl, do you know how many people are in the world? I tell people this all the time because you have so many people who want to do it. And it's not that they're like that's like it's just something that they want to do. They see something that they like and they want to do it. And I am going to encourage anybody to do it. I encourage my students to start their own businesses. I like no. There is room for everybody. There is room for everybody. There's so many people in the world. If you can't get to your local people, guess what? There's opportunity for you to reach people worldwide now. Look at TikTok and all the TikTok shops and all those different things. Like there's opportunity for you to reach the masses now. Everybody can't get to them. They can't. Because guess what? If there wasn't a need for you, small businesses wouldn't have the opportunities that they're having, especially with the TikTok shops. Look how many name brand designers there are, and even smaller designers that are on a larger scale. People aren't always flocking to those garments and those things because guess what? They can't customize those things because their mindset is for them making one item for everybody who's going to buy it. So no, there is a market for you. There is absolutely a market for you. Absolutely. So, mm-mm, mm. You can totally be successful. Who have fake news, Miss Gail? What did Londa said again? Delonda Patrice, what'd you say? Oh yes, yes. You gotta be yourself. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Be you. Be be yes. I agree. I'm just scrolling. I'm gonna not Boss Bunny without epoxy from Charmaine. Yes. 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 Delonda, you're not the only person who can use red. Josie, I don't know if you were. I think you were here when I was telling them about that time when I don't know what you were looking up. You were like, oh, we need to do this. You were like, oh, girl, somebody did that 10 years ago. Like it's even, and sometimes we may feel like our idea is original, and it is original for us. It's like the first time, you thought of that, and you never saw it before, but you thought about it, and then when you go to research it, because this has happened to me a lot, and then you go to research it and like see, oh, somebody else did it. That's why when I put a little chat as the on the thumbnail, I looked that up first because I was like, well, let me see if anybody uses this. I saw one person that I want to go back to and look and see, like, do they have like a little this or that, or were they just saying that at that moment? Because I want to create, like, when I'm over here, like whenever I come on live, it'll be a little chat. But I also don't want to do something else that somebody else is doing. Right? I don't want to have like the same name that somebody else is doing. That's like somebody doing a live and calling it crafts and combos. And I've been doing crafts and combos for 4 years. In fact, I've been doing it almost since I started this channel or the other channel. So that's, you just, you got to be more careful. So I need to make sure that nobody has a little chit, a little chat, or a little chit and a little chat over here. Because if that's the case, then I will need to change it. And I will be fine with changing it because, somebody else already did it. But that's different. That's something that's not a style or a technique. That's like me literally stealing what somebody else has said. Like that's, or they named their own show this, and now I want to have the same show name as them. That's weird. That's a little strange. Just FYI, just saying, guys. So yeah, y'all. I'm almost done with this part. We're gonna brush in the other one. I have two more parts for this. So I chose to do snow for this part of the butterfly. I'm not going to tell y'all the other color that I was going to put here, which I still might put it here. I still might. That looks good. Now, let me see what y'all saying. Jess, you are girl. Jess. You know we gonna fight, girl. Jess, don't even try it. Do not even Jess. Ooh, Jess, girl. Jess is off the chain. Not she's the only person who could use teal. Just that didn't even sound right. I'm just saying. It didn't even sound right. Angel, did you say you go? What time you're gonna go on? Because if so, I'm gonna probably have to show you guys this. And we need to discuss book club times. So what time we're gonna discuss the widow's husband's secret lie? What time are we gonna discuss? What day is good? I was thinking next week. but we need to set on a time. Guess you're a hot mess. Not the launch is common in red. Yes. Yeah, yes. Never. Ever, Angel. Never. Never. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Cutting machine was scan cut. Yep. Yes. It is a type of content. Yep. I'm gonna have to look this up, the puzzle and eCraft. See, that's what I'm saying. Like that is so many. And look, so if those were one of the first ones, then now you have so many other companies. You have the Cameo, you have your Seed, you have your Cricut, you have so many other cutters coming out now. Yes. Hey, Nikki A, how you been? No, I don't have any sewing. Um, I don't have any sewing tutorials. Well, I only have my when we go live, and I only have the bonnet. If anybody has any beginning sewing tutorials, please let me know so Nikki can find them. Nikki, I sew for fun. I probably really don't even know what I'm really doing. I just like to sew stuff. Marilyn, not your bunny looking like it's on steroids. Okay. Let me hurry up and finish brushing this in. And then we need to talk about our book club time. Yes. My goal, honestly, in the craft, and I love our crafting community. Like I love crafting. Um, I just love the whole crafting community. Another person I forgot to mention too, like who, like especially when I first started, was Michael, Mr. Crafty Pants. He was doing a lot. Melanie Lane was doing a lot. Like there were a lot of people, not a lot, but there were like those names that anytime you typed in Cricut, their name was gonna come up first. Like you were only gonna see their content. So I know a lot of people, especially during that time, like that's who we saw. Like that's what we saw. That's who we saw. That's what we saw. So, and I didn't get YouTube until like I never looked at YouTube until 2020 when I started my channel. If y'all look at the day that I started Craftful Things, that was the very first, that was my first time uploading because I was uploading it for a friend. After that, I did like start looking at more YouTube content then. But before then, I did not look at YouTube content at all. That's why my daughter doesn't understand why I do YouTube because I would fuss at her for being on YouTube. Like it was like, girl, why are you on YouTube? And now she's like, and now look who can't stay off of YouTube. Her mama can't stay off of YouTube. But it's all good. It's all good. I've made so many good friendships on YouTube. I love interacting with everybody here on YouTube. And for the most part, like our community is very positive, and I don't want it to be a divisive place. Like crafting is supposed to be good. Like we shouldn't there like crafting is supposed to be a place where we come to relax and everybody enjoys themselves and things like that. Like it should not be petty or messy. It shouldn't, in my opinion. Yeah. I knew this was still gonna give me an issue. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. me see who else is saying something that I missed. Oh, it's original. It's very original. Very. It's time stamp too. Y'all do to play so much. Should be confronted if they are copying or using too much inspiration. I mean, we would have to think of what copying is. Like, so if you feel like somebody is doing something to you, like if you feel like, you know what, every time I do something, every time I hop, she hop right after me. Every time I skip, she skip after me. One, then for me, I need to look at myself first because I'm too much worried about somebody who is literally, if they're doing everything that I'm doing, then I'm too worried about somebody who's behind me. So because of that, if I'm looking back at somebody else and what they're doing, that means I'm not looking forward and what I'm supposed to be doing or at where I'm supposed to be going because I'm too worried about what they're doing. Now I'm worried about them. Now all I can think about is now I can't concentrate. I can't do what I'm supposed to do because I'm too worried about what they have going on. Because guess what? While I'm thinking that they're copying me and I'm looking back worried about them, guess what they're about to do? They're going to pass me because I'm too worried about them. Now I'm looking at them because maybe they don't started copying somebody else. And if that's my mindset that they're copying, that there's somebody who copies somebody, then I'm worried about what they're doing. Now they moved on because guess what? I ain't got nothing else left for them because I was too worried about what they're doing. So I kind of feel like for me, have there been times where I felt like people have copied me? Yeah. Have there been times where I feel like, or have there been times that people have actually copied me and I was like, nah, you, yes. But I usually look at it and I usually keep going because they know what they're doing. If that's what they're doing, they know what they're doing. So you let them because everybody has their own mindset. And it's kind of like what Angel says. Like, I'm not talking about you're copying me from a technique. I'm not talking about, oh, now I do embroidery, now you want to do embroidery, or now you want to do, then why am I here for? I'm here, like, my goal is to be an inspiration. But you don't have to tell me, you don't have, I'm not the person where you have to say, "Oh, Patrice, you just inspired me. You inspired me to drink Dunkin' Donuts sweet tea, or you inspired me to do this." No, I don't do this for anything in return. I don't do it for you to feel like, "Oh, you owe me something because I showed you how to make a shirt." I don't. I don't feel like if you, it's different. Like if you copy my name, and it did happen to me where somebody decided that they wanted to have a crafts and convos. If you copy my name, then I'm gonna have to step about that. But as far as I did a bling shirt and you did a bling shirt like me, I'm not really gonna be too pressed about that. And it really wouldn't even be for me. It's not worth me even unless you're copying my stuff, my brand. No, no, it's not worth it because I got to worry about what I'm doing. I can't worry about you. Now, if you copy my brand, that's a different thing. But like something as far as the same week we did a birthday sign, the same week. No, your daughter's birthday might have been that week too. And so then I look crazy coming at you like, hey, you did a birthday sign? Just like I just did a birthday sign. Now you did a birthday sign. Like, do y'all see how petty that sounds. You did a birthday sign because you saw me do a birthday sign. But it was her daughter's birthday or his son's birthday, and he was doing a birthday sign too. Like, we don't know. We're not with each other every day, all day. So we don't know. Like, I'm telling you guys, Marilyn and I were literally thinking the same thing at the same time to make the same type of design. Literally thinking the same thing at the same time. So it happens. Especially if you're one to follow the trends, as far as saying, okay, this is happening now, so I need to do this, like Christmas time. Everybody's going to do an ornament. You could do a sublimation ornament. You could do a glitter ornament. You could do a laser ornament. You can do so many different ornaments. And because all of us have so many different machines, how can I expect Delonda not to do a laser ornament? Because I want to be the only one doing a laser ornament. Well, I'm not going to be the only one doing a laser ornament because there's so many people who have lasers. Like, I think sometimes we overthink it. And in doing that, like, we just stress ourselves out worrying about what somebody else is doing. No, do you? Do what you have to do. Let them, unless you're trying to do something with my brand, I don't care what you got to do. I don't care. All right. So how many times I teach people how to do things, and then they teach other people how to do what I taught them how to do. Should I be upset about that? Like, no, I can't. I can't be mad about that. Like, I expect people to do that. Charmaine's channel is Charmaine Galloway. We got 9 more minutes. Charmaine doesn't post much anymore. But Charmaine was a real one out here. And that this is a time where so this is when it's something like like I told you guys, this is Delonda she did this design. Nobody else had this. I didn't see anybody else doing it. And so I feel like there are some people sometimes who come into our communities or into our crafting communities, come into the lives. I've had people take something that I've said and I said, oh, I'm gonna make a shirt that says this. And then I look up and they made a shirt that said that, but they never even dropped down in the chat and said hey to anybody. But I know that they were there, and the comment made to me was that, oh, well, I'm always watching. I'm always like, so like I said before, if you don't want somebody to do what you're doing, then don't do it. So I used to always say, oh, I'm going to make a shirt that says this. Now I don't say it that much because of that, because of times like that. The book is very, very thin. So when do you guys, because we got to get off in a minute. I'll put up a picture to show y'all the shirt when we're done, because we've been talking. This has been a good combo. So for us to have our book discussion, give me a few times, maybe on Saturday. Delonda and I we have we have So Good on, Delonda, when are we doing So Good? Saturday or Sunday. So whatever day we don't have it, I prefer a little bit earlier. If we were to do it on like a Sunday. Look at that. 1956. And now look how many people have craft cutters now. And that didn't stop anybody from saying, oh, I'm not going to do a craft cut because, 1956, imagine if we still had to use a 1956 craft cutter. Like, no. It's called evolution. called Evolution. Nye has some so scrunchies on her channel. Nice. So we've been reading Frida McFadden, Delonda. Let me give credit before she said I didn't give her any credit. So Delonda introduced us a few months ago to the Housemaid series by Frida McFadden, and so this month we're reading the Widow's Husband's Secret Life by Frida McFadden. So it's a very, very short story. I finished it in like maybe very like 2 hours or so, 2 or 3 hours. I finished it, but I did audiobook because I was crocheting while listening to it. So it's really good. We're going, but we're still trying to plan out how the book club is going to work, but we are going to talk about it. The last book we read was The Crash by Frida McFadden. And so I just came on here. We talked about it a little bit, but I do want something to be like, I want it to be a little more interactive than me just talking about it. Like I want it to be a little more interactive. Thank you, Diane. Patricia, you were watching the way back. You need to drop down who you were watching. We need to know who you were watching. Because Latricia does all the things too. Yes. I don't want y'all, we have such a loving and supportive community, and I think like for the most part we're all here to help each other. Like we all, like I find that you guys are super helpful. I can't even tell you the countless things that I've come on live to do and I started messing up. I got confused. I didn't know. And how many times one of you guys have helped me to get back on track or to understand what I was doing, especially when I started embroidery or when I was started sewing. Y'all remember those leather baby boots I made? I don't know what made me want to do that, but I made leather baby booties, like little shoes. But you guys were here to help me make sure I was using the right needle. And I learned so much from all of you. So it's not, this is for me, it's not one-sided. Like we all help each other. And so I'm super appreciative and super grateful to even be a part of the crafting community, the crafting world. Hey Barb. listen listen, Angel, I didn't, and that's the thing, like if you're starting your YouTube channel, I want you to listen to what Delonda said from like comments above. Just be you. Don't come on trying to be anybody else. Be you. And sometimes we have similarities. We all have similarities, things that we like. That I'm like Angel. Angel loved her Dunkin'. I loved my Dunkin'. I don't drink it that much anymore. I don't drink. I drink my cafe con leche. Y'all know that. But I don't feel like, I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, I can't do, now I gotta hold back. Now I can't do this. Now I can't say this because this person does it. And then now they're gonna think I'm copying them. When no, one, don't ever let anybody change you. Don't let anybody diminish your light. Just don't be anybody else. Be you. But it's fine. But don't worry. If you drink sweet tea every day too, listen. Hey y'all, I got my sweet tea from Dunkin'. That's it. Like, how many people get sweet tea from Dunkin'? Like a lot of people. I'm not the only person that drinks sweet tea from Dunkin', because if I was, they wouldn't sell it. And for me, like if I thought that, I have to something has to be wrong with me. Something has to be wrong with me to think that nobody else can come on YouTube and drink their Dunkin' tea, coffee, or whatever. It's not you, it's me. Because that just does not make sense. So, no, do not let that stop you from doing what you're going to do. Another thing, 1,000 people say, hey, y'all. Now, if you say, hey, y'all, and then at the end of your thing, you say, hey, y'all, like me, then you want to put XOXO, like how I put, then you start doing every little thing. I might notice that. I'll be like, girl, it's okay. Just don't put crap things on it. Don't say my name either. I just don't want you to say my name. But I can't say like, okay, don't do what this person is doing because somebody gonna think you're doing that. No, be you. Be you. Believe it or not, a lot of us are alike, more alike than we are not. It's fine. Hey, Niall. Listen, you know I'm your people. I can't wait for National Craft Month. Did you guys hear what I said? Delonda, Marilyn, Angel. I would say Dempsey, but I know she's been busy. Anybody wants to do a video that just kind of says like who crafted? We look at like the cutter. Maybe we could do a video showing like the very first cutter. And what of course, we're not going to have it, but we can maybe create something to say, okay, this was out, 1956. Look how far craft cutters have come, right? We can maybe do something like that. And then embroidery. Like, when was embroidery first ever, introduced to mankind? It was not with the machine, but when was the machine introduced? Because there's so many different things out there, so many different, and I want to find things that women created because it is Women's History Month, but I also want to find like things that women created so we can discuss and talk about it. Different innovations that, were female inspired. Indeed. 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 Yeah. And all this time, these people have been alive. Mostly everything has been covered. Hey, Shamika. All right. Yes. Yes. Angel, I'm about to get off. Angel's about to go on live, y'all. Let me find Angel's link. I'm going to drop it in the chat so we can head over there. Stay focused on your, exactly. And so that's another thing. Like, for anybody new starting out with creating content, crafty content. That's all y'all know. That's all I know. Crafty content. I don't even know how to do all this blog stuff over here. Why are you doing it? Why do you want to do this? Why? When I first started, it was because there was like a lot of things that I knew how to do. And when I started getting into like, okay, oh my goodness, I did not know that there was like this whole entire craft world. So now when I put that first video up, and that was of me doing a cutting mat with my Cricut for my friend. When I did that, and I started looking to see what other people were doing, I'm like, okay. And then I saw sublimation. And so then I had never done sublimation before. But then once I got on YouTube, then I started seeing sublimation stuff. I was like, oh, I want to do sublimation. So then guess what I did? I started doing sublimation. And then what I did was I would see like people would have all these questions and nobody really was answering the questions. So I was like, you know what? That's what I want to do. Things that people don't know how to do and they want to know how to do, and people don't really give all the information out. I want to be the person to give them the information. And that's how I started. That's how I knew what content that I wanted to use. So everything, especially earlier on, was based off of things that people wanted to know, and there was just not a lot of information out there for people. Now there's tons of information out there where there's so many people willing to share how to do things, their experiences, what works best for them. And what I love about that, with it being like different people, you get to hear from different people, to hear their reasons why they do things a certain way, why they like things, why they don't like things. And you're able to hear from so many different people, and then you're able to make your own decision. And so I really, really like that. And I think that is what is most beneficial to the crafting world, because there's so many new people who are entering into different crafts every single day. So that's what I like about it. Yeah, I'm always behind. But see, that's the thing. And for me, that's not copying me. That is me teaching. It's like me going to in my classroom and I'm teaching my kids something and I'm showing them how to do something. Am I going to say that they, because they're able to do what I taught them how to do, am I going to say that they copied me, or am I going to say they learned that? Like, am I going to be happy? Like, oh, wow, like they learned it. Like, I was able to actually get to them. I was able to actually make it understandable for them. And that is where I find the joy, because I don't look at it as copying, because I shouldn't be doing it if that's my mindset. I should not be doing this if that's my mindset. I shouldn't. All right, y'all. J Mama, thank you so much, J Mama. And look at that super sticker Delonda in red. Thank you. So, Delonda, go. Hey, Mama Vi, how you been, girl? It's good to see you, Latricia. And they still have really, really good things on their channel. I don't know Mimi G, but I have gone to Coldesi and Stahl's channel before. But Mimi G, I'm gonna have to look Mimi G up and see what she has, or he or she has on her channel. But that's true. Stalls and Coldesi, they used to produce a lot of content. That is so true. So true. Yes. That's Yolanda's fault. Girl, get out that Jenna. Janelle, get out the Jenna. Get out of the Jenna. Hey Kevin. Hey Miss Nina Doyle. We didn't miss much. Thank you, Katina. Exactly. Delonda is don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I am, it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. That's my thing. My thing is it'll be fine. Delonda's just like, don't worry about it. Hey Penny. Hey Elba. Y'all, I'm about to sign off. Angel's about to be on live now. Hey Kim. Mimi G sews. So somebody was asking about somebody who sews. So Mimi G, she's Mimi G. Look up Mimi G for anybody. I forgot who was it. I can't even remember now. I'm so sorry. I can't remember who said something about sewing. But Mimi G sews. Hey Naomi and Naomi both say that she's really good. Latricia and Naomi say she's really good. Hey Miss Roslyn McElveen. All right, hold on. Let me see where I can find. Oh, y'all look. Y'all know where I got this. Y'all know where I got the inspiration to Aspire from. Aspire. And I love these drinks. Hold on. Let me try. I'm going to drop Angel's link so we can head over there. Oh, I forgot. Latricia, I cannot believe I forgot about the Crafty Gemini. And honey, I don't sign up to email list, but I'm signed up to the Crafty Gemini's email list. I love the Crafty Gemini. Love the Crafty Gemini. All right, I'm just gonna go to Angel's channel so that we can head over to Angel. I just gotta turn it down. Let me find her video. Angel. But I'm going to put a poll out to see what time is going to work good for you guys for us to do. Let me find out from Delonda what day we're going to do. What day we're going to do So Good, Saturday or Sunday. And then whatever day we don't do So Good is when we'll do the book club. Here's Angels. Hey, Jesse. All right. Uh-oh. Hold on. I thought I shared it. Hold on a second. Give me one more second, y'all. I just need to click the share thing again so we can head over to Angel. Angel. Copy. But it's been fun. I'll see you guys either next week, Sunday or Monday. All right, hold on. Oh, she said any day. So thank you, Jesse. So Delonda, we're gonna do. Let's do Saturday or maybe Sunday. Okay, we'll see. Here, this is the link. Y'all head over to Angels. And then I'll put a link in just to say who the time slots. Like what time is going to be best. And I also want to see if you guys just prefer to do book club, like, because it's just me talking about the book when it's us. So maybe for the next book, because that book's a little bit longer, we can talk about, maybe we could see like if we did like a Zoom, but it would have to be a very structured, organized Zoom. And we got to be focused to talking about like what is in the book. So that's the only other thing for that. So we can maybe discuss that Saturday or Sunday and see what's going to work best for everybody. That's what I think. Thanks, Latricia. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to head over there. I dropped the link. I'm going to drop it one more time before I leave. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. I'll put a picture up in the community tab so you guys could see once I actually finish brushing this in. I was talking too much. I love y'all. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, y'all, later.